AI Limit, a brand new anime Souls-like game that I've been waiting to see more of. Over the past few months, I've been doing everything in my power to get my hands on this game early, and when I finally got in touch with the developers, they informed me that this early demo was coming, and I'm glad that they reached out to me once it was ready. For those who don't know, this game is a part of PlayStation's China Hero project, which is giving talented developers based in China the opportunity to create something with the funding and global reach of PlayStation's brand. This version of AI Limit that Sense Games shared with me was the PC client via Steam, and I couldn't wait to hop in. Before I give you any opinions on the game, I want to also share that this is not a sponsored video. All of the opinions in this video are mine and mine alone, and I was not instructed to say or not to say anything about the game, and everything in this game is subject to change by the time it reaches your hands, so yeah, let's get it poppin'. First, if you're wondering about the story, I will not be able to give you any opinions on this story because they've removed all traces of what the game is actually about within this build of AI Limit. However, I have had time with the gameplay and the system, so that's what I'll be discussing in this video. I can say that the demo is at the beginning of the story and it's clocked at around 45 minutes if you know what you're doing and how to defeat all the enemies without any issues. The gameplay within AI Limit is very familiar to Souls games we played in the past within the Dark Souls series of games. You'll control a character that is purposefully slow-paced with a variety of enemies at different combat difficulties and speeds. The entire purpose of these games are to learn how your abilities work, as well as the movement and combat abilities of the enemies you're put up against. You must learn all of the enemies' patterns and how to counter them appropriately, or else you'll be punished. All the controls feel familiar, however, if you're new to Souls games, this may take you some time to get used to. There are some new features exclusive to AI Limit that will set it apart from other games in the Souls-like genre. All attacks in this game are managed by what's called a sync rate gauge. This is located right under your health, and its purpose is to force you to engage with the enemy to get the most out of your attacks and skills. Basically, there are 3 levels to the sync rate gauge: low, medium, and high. Low is rated at 0 to 30%, which gives you much weaker attacks. 31 to 60% is medium, which will give you a normal rate of damage when attacking and using skills. High is 61 to 100%, and these are considered enhanced attacks. Every time you attack the enemy without using a skill, you'll gain more sync, and when you use skills, you'll lose some sync. This is to reward you for going in and timing your attacks, but punish you for attempting to spam skills or your lack of dodging the enemy's abilities. Each weapon has their own skills that you must take advantage of in order to take out the enemies in the game. I really enjoy this system because it forces engagement when you're low on sync, or else you die and you're punished by losing crystals that can be used for progression with no way to get them back. Let me be clear. You earn these crystals by defeating enemies, but lose them whenever you die, and you can't simply go back and pick them up. Once they're gone, they're gone. The progression system in this game is exactly what you'd expect from Souls-like games. You use crystals to level up specific stats that help you with specific weapons, and you use branches in order to level up your character or enhance weapons you have. Oh, and there's a perfect parry system that will leave the enemy staggered and provide opportunities to deal sufficient DPS. Now, after spending a few hours in the game and learning various enemies' patterns, obtaining gear that will help me survive longer, and leveling up my character, I've made it to the first real boss in the game, and while the first part wasn't tough, the second half kinda had me a little frustrated because it was very jumpy and I couldn't really get a hang of it, but this game is fun nonetheless. I enjoyed the frustrating boss despite the answer to defeating him being right in front of me. Perfect parry. This game has potential to be very, very huge and fun. It has a little bit of the shortcomings that Code Vein had, but at the same time, this is a really early build of the game, and I really do think that these developers can polish it enough to be a viable option for anime Souls-like lovers. Now, the rest of this video is simply going to be some gameplay clips from my playthrough with AI Limit. If you enjoyed this video, let me know what you think in the comment section below and tell me if this is something that you would love to get your hands on. Have a wonderful day, stay healthy, stay safe, and stay chaotic.